Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A judge dressing down the convicted Girl Scout thief this morning in court as he sentenced him and his girlfriend to a treatment facility. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Virginia Cha. 10 News reporter Mary McKenzie is live downtown. A lot of people were appalled by that crime, Mary. It sounds like, including the judge.
Virginia, Jason, no one more so than the judge, perhaps. He dressed them both down in court this morning just about an hour ago for stealing money from the Girl Scouts in order to buy heroin on Craigslist.
Don't mess with the Girl Scouts.
But they did. And now the judge is making them pay.
You're standing before me, hopefully embarrassed.
And hoping they get better. Eric Mullen and Brandy Wright will spend their sentences in residential treatment facilities. A year for him, 180 days for her. The two took a plea deal to avoid more time for felony identity theft. See, it wasn't just the Girl Scout cookie money that Mullen stole. First, it was a woman's purse. The two tried to cash a couple of her checks when a teller got suspicious, so they moved on to the Girl Scout cash box, snatching $400 outside the Vaughns in Claremont back in March. A two-day spree, all to feed their heroin addiction. The judge let them both have it.
Don't mess with what's good and wholesome in our society. Don't mess with those who've done nothing wrong, and despite all that's wrong in our society are all still able to represent all that's good.
Now, the two will also have to pay back about $2,300 in restitution and spend the rest of those sentences in those residential treatment facilities. The young woman, Brandy Wright, is already serving time in one of those residential facilities. We did speak with Eric Mullen's mom briefly after court. I'll tell you what she said coming up at 11:30. We're live downtown. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. Happening today, the U.S. Attorney General and Homeland Security Chief will be touring the border here in San Diego. In the past hour, protesters have gathered to oppose construction of a border wall. They say the administration has declared war on their communities. Attorney General Jeff Sessions and Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly will start their tour in just a couple of hours. They will be getting a first-hand look at federal operations. Now, yesterday in El Paso, Sessions referred to the border as a beachhead and as ground zero against cartels and gangs.
Happening now, a stretch of Windansea beach is closed after more than 1,000 gallons of sewage spilled right into the ocean. 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala joins us live there in La Jolla. And Mimi, it looks like surfers don't care.
Jason, a lot of them still got in. We're on the north side of Windansea Beach, where 2,000-foot stretch of the beach is closed off from Marine Street to Nautilus Street. Wanted to get that right. And all day long, we've just been seeing these surfers get right in the water. They've been riding the big waves this morning, but the water hasn't been deemed safe just yet. Some, like this man, actually told us he didn't care and ran right in. Others had no idea what they were swimming in. More than 1,000 gallons of sewage went flowing right into the water Thursday after a pipe burst at the Fern Glen pump station. Crews put up these signs warning all beachgoers that the water is contaminated and potentially dangerous. Those signs are still up right now. These two La Jolla neighbors walking Micah the dog say people need to listen when health crews warn to keep out, regardless of how perfect the weather is for a beach day.
Stay out of the water, let nature take its course, you know. Eventually it gets cleaned out, but these guys are probably, I wouldn't be out there. The surf is good, but the risk of an infection is, you know, it's there.
This is supposed to be our, our wildlife, and our ocean is supposed to be really clean. For us to have it be destroyed like that is kind of scary, but, what are you going to do?
So health officials did collect a lot of water samples to test yesterday. Once those tests come back clear, the beach will be reopened, but until then, that stretch is going to be closed off. We're live in La Jolla. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
All right, Mimi, thank you very much. Can you feel it outside? It's like summer is here. A mini heat wave starting right now.
Yeah, a little preview of summertime. Megan Perry is here because she's been tracking this. Are people looking forward to it?
I don't know. I've gotten a lot of mixed bags. A lot of people are telling me they're not ready for the summer heat. But the good news is it's only 2 days. So we'll get a little taste of it. We'll decide if we like it or not, and then we'll be back to our more typical weather. But I'll tell you what, the surfers that you just saw Mimi out there, there are enjoying it because there are bigger waves. But if you're not a great swimmer, maybe don't jump in the water. I'm going to talk about a beach hazard statement in just a second, but I have to get through the temperatures first. It's 73 degrees downtown, 80 in Escondido, just shy of that Ramona. Alpine also at 78, 77 in El Cajon, even Chula Vista. 76 degrees right now. Compared to where we were yesterday, temperatures will average about 6 to 11 degrees warmer. Poway and Fallbrook, the biggest jump at 11 degrees warmer than yesterday. Poway and El Cajon, I am forecasting to hit 90 degrees this afternoon. And here's that beach hazard statement. Cardiff, which I was just showing you, I've seen sets up to 6 feet. We could see sets up to 7 feet, not only today, but straight through the weekend. So be extra safe if you are going to be in the water. I mentioned that it's only going to be 2 days. I'm going to track that plummet of temperatures coming in on Sunday when I come back with your full forecast. Jason?
Okay, Megan, thank you. And new developments, the FBI now offering a $25,000 reward to find out who's behind a series of arsons. This is kind of a cold case because the first one was in August of 2003. That's where an apartment complex under construction went up in flames right at the 805 and La Jolla Village Drive. Then 7 weeks later, fires destroyed more homes being built off the 56 in Carmel Valley. In both of these cold cases, the group Earth Liberation Front claimed responsibility. Now, the FBI considers this a form of eco-terrorism. If you have any information, you can contact the FBI. We have a link under the story on 10news.com. Developing in Paris, an officer who survived the 2015 concert massacre is dead in the latest terrorist attack. ABC's Molly Hunter has the impact on the French presidential election.
Shots fired on the Champs-Élysées and chaos in the heart of the French capital.
Mesdames et messieurs, you have to stay back, please.
There was absolute chaos and panic with all the people here on the street. People were falling down.
The attack started Thursday night just after 9 p.m. on the city's famous avenue when a gunman pulling up alongside a police vehicle, getting out and opening fire. Police calling it a military-style weapon. Right over here, about 10 feet from the shooter. We saw the shooter in black. He had a black rifle. It looked like an AR-15. It sounded like an AR-15. He rang out about 10 shots towards the police on the road. And at that time, my wife yelled, "Run." The attacker killed one police officer, wounded 2 others, as well as a bystander. Investigators found a shotgun and knives inside the attack car. The suspect was shot dead, a 39-year-old man from an eastern suburb of Paris. He reportedly spent years in prison for attempting to kill 2 police officers, released in 2015, and earlier this year hauled back in for questioning, but there wasn't enough to hold him and no sign of radicalization. Immediately, a claim of responsibility from ISIS, saying the attacker was Belgian, not French. But the Paris prosecutors saying they know the attacker's identity, but are withholding it until they determine whether the gunman had accomplices. And traffic is flowing again on the Champs-Élysées. Security beefed up ahead of Sunday's hotly contested presidential election here. The candidates were actually in the middle of a debate last night when the news broke. One of the biggest issues on the table there was how to prevent terror attacks like this. Molly Hunter, ABC News in Paris.
Some new developments for the man charged with a hate crime shooting spree. Corey Ali Muhammad shouted, "Let black people go," at what should have been his arraignment this morning. Police say Muhammad set out to kill as many white people as possible last week. Among the 4 people killed, an unarmed security guard at a Motel 6. After this morning's outburst, the judge cut short the hearing and ordered a psychological evaluation. New today, a pilot from the USS Carl Vinson is safe after ejecting from his fighter jet. No word on what went wrong with that FA-18E Super Hornet. The flight was part of routine operations in the Celebes Sea between the Philippines and Indonesia. The pilot ejected on his final approach to the carrier, which is headed toward the Korean Peninsula right now. A helicopter crew picked him up, again safe in the water.
So breaking news out of San Francisco right now, where almost 100,000 people lost power this morning. And this is a map from PG&E there of the outages all over the city, most of them in the financial district. And here's video of people actually who were stuck in an elevator. Isn't that your worst nightmare right there? A nightmare? This started about 2 hours ago and still no word on when it will end. Right now, a BART transit station is still shut down and several businesses have had to close. And if you're wondering what's causing it, nobody seems to know quite yet, so it could take some time. Happening today, the San Diego Gay Men's Chorus will perform the national anthem at Petco Park.
It is their first time back since last year's debacle, during which the chorus was drowned out by a recording of a woman's voice. Listen.
Now, the Padres showed it was a technical error and nothing intentional. Since then, the chorus's executive director says he's very happy with how the Padres have handled the incident and there's no bad blood.
All kinds of great things have come out of it. They sponsored our annual holiday show right here at the Balboa Theater. They were in the San Diego Pride Parade. They're working with our sports teams. So it's been just a wonderful thing for the entire community and for the Padres.
So tonight's performance is part of San Diego Pride's annual Out at the Park event.